Welcome. Today it's June 25th, and we are going to be having this amazing presentation that I have prepared for you. My name is Nina Ceballos. If you don't know me yet, I am a personal trainer. I'm a holistic women's personal trainer, and I am also a certified essential oils specialist. I've been using essential oils for over 8 years, and I actually started using essential oils to heal myself from chronic tonsillitis. I grew up in Peru, and unfortunately, I grew up with severe allergies. So this theme of allergies is very close to my heart. My mother had to spend multiple times a year, a month in hospitals with me because my allergies would always turn into infections right after. And I depended my entire childhood on antihistamines and antibiotics. One of the saddest episodes that I had is like I was prescribed such strong antihistamines that they would make me pass out in school. And though I was first in class, it was very hard for me to attend classes because by 9 in the morning, I would just fall asleep because the antihistamines would make me so drowsy. And it was sad because they would always call my mom and say, like, Nina is sleeping in the classroom. And they wouldn't, this is back in the early 90s, and they would be like, I don't understand why she's passing out. And then the doctors would be like, well, she needs an antihistamines in order for her to just have a normal life, kind of normal life. And that is going to make her very sleepy during school hours. So that also led to teachers bullying, kids bullying, and that was really hard. So then after my mom decided, a doctor told her that maybe they could try with an experimental vaccine, and they did a cultive of the bacteria that I would like that would trigger, according to the doctors, these histamine reactions. They did the sampling from my throat, and then they created a vaccine with my own bacteria, so my body can build antibodies to it. And I will have to get those injections on my arms twice a week, to the point my arms would be so swollen from those injections that you couldn't even hug me. And I was going through all of these between the ages of 10 and 11. And it was just so mortifying. The vaccines didn't work. So moving forward, all my young adult years, up to age 35, I just had to have insurance in the United States in order for me to have access to urgent cares and leave of CPACs, antihistamines, and that amount of medication also caused autoimmune disease on me. So I would also break on hives and have something that is called urticaria nervosa, which I will have to take more antihistamines, different type of antihistamines for that. I stopped using antihistamines when I hit age 35, because a friend of mine introduced me to how to stop with the things that were causing the allergies. I also started doing a lot of digging because I just wanted to heal myself. And then I started sharing these with a lot of my clients that had children that were also suffering with similar allergies. And I just made it my mission. I was like, I don't want anybody else to go through everything that I had to go through as a child, suffering with severe allergies, and also what moms have to go through. Because if your kid cannot breathe, if your kid is breaking out in hives, is the thing that you love the most in this world, and you see them suffering, you're going to want to do absolutely everything to heal them. And unfortunately, most doctors, the first thing that they would prescribe is antihistamines and antibiotics right away, which will destroy their gut health and lead to more diseases. So I made this presentation. I hope it serves you. It's pretty much the things that I did to heal myself. And I hope if maybe this is touching close to home, or maybe you have somebody that you know that this will serve them as well. All right. So breathe easy, natural solutions for allergies and their complications. What are allergies? So allergies is an immune system reaction to harmless substances. When you have allergies, it pretty much your immune system is overreacting to anything that would usually not represent a regular threat. The body starts seeing pretty much everything as a threat: pollen, dust, foods, and even things that maybe for a long time you were using, and then all of a sudden your body decides to start being allergic to. This triggers inflammation, a high histamine reaction, and these symptoms can be very different for everybody. The common allergy symptoms are nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy eyes. They can also lead to skin rashes, hives, fatigue, digestive issues. It also becomes really hard to focus on anything. It can cause brain fog. And then on the emotional side, it can lead to irritability and anxiety, because obviously your body is not, if you are having sinus reactions, your body is not receiving enough oxygen. So it's very difficult to pay attention to anything. And if you are having hives, that also can lead to a lot of irritability because you're constantly itching. Allergies in children. This is the one that touches so close to home because that was me. Okay, so growing up from age 5 till age 17, high school, like elementary school, middle, and high school was just so difficult. I was still first in class, but it was a triple effort to be able to concentrate on absolutely anything. Um, Allergies in children affect learnings, they affect their focus and their sleep. It can also mimic behavioral disorders, and it can run in like even more severe things like severe skin rashes, eczema, urticaria nervosa. So all of these things, if you see your little ones suffering from all of these, this is the right place for you to be at today. Allergies also impact adult productivity. If you are at work and you suffer from allergies, it is very hard for you to have energy. It's very hard for you to be able to get anything done throughout the day, because you're also going to be requesting those sick days. And again, depending on your your health status, other allergies can also turn into infections. It can cause headaches and sleep disruption. And we all know that if you don't sleep well, being able to be productive the next day is almost impossible. If you are a mom and you are a working mom as well, you have to take care of little ones and you are not even able to breathe for yourself. This feels like hell. How allergies increase stress and disrupt the sleep. So allergies will disrupt your sleep because they disrupt the high level of histamines and cortisol will disrupt your REM cycles. So you are not going to be able to have the correct level of deep sleep and rapid eye movement sleep. So it will put you on a cycle that if you are stressed, if you're super stressed because your cortisol levels are so high trying to level up the threats that your body decides are threats but are not, it will worsen your allergies. You won't be able to sleep. You wake up already feeling tired and your body doesn't have the time to recover. So it just puts you in a cycle that repeats without intervention. The most common types of allergies are seasonal allergies, which will happen usually throughout changes of season. When we start going from spring to summer, or when we start going from fall to winter, right? Those changes of season are usually they're very impactful on your immune system, especially if you tend to suffer from allergies. Pollen, mold, dust. Mold is another one that is very big on allergies. I always suggest everybody that is having allergy reaction to take a mold test in their homes. When it's been rainy season and then it starts being sunny, the walls can get mold and that will trigger automatically that immune response. Foods also are a big one. Dairy, gluten, and additives are the usual culprits of having allergic reactions to foods. And again, if your microbiome is not healthy enough, maybe you, for example, eat fish your entire life, and then one day, boom, you react to it and you become allergic to it. So pay attention to that as well. Chemicals are also another culprit. That was this person. Just real quick, my mom didn't know what else to do to stop the allergies, so she pretty much over sanitized my home. So everything was covered in Clorox because she in the 90s, they were assuming that I was having allergic reactions to dust mites. And there were no dust mites in my house, but my mom didn't wanted to prevent everything. So she pretty much covered everything in my house with Clorox so I don't get any bacteria, without knowing that the Clorox was actually triggering my allergies. Perfumes, regular detergents, those things can also trigger allergies, and I'm going to explain you why. Synthetic fragrances and toxins overwhelm your detoxification system. So if your detoxification pathways are not working properly, that will also trigger a histamine reaction. Now let's talking about gut. Gut inflammation will produce immune confusion. So when your gut is inflamed and you don't have a healthy microbiome, that inflammation can cause a histamine reaction as well. Preservatives, dyes, pesticides, residues in especially a lot of the products that is not organic, and also in packaged foods. Those will also cause an histamine reaction in your digestive tract that can also be translated into skin. So many times we see like people that have like, I don't know why I'm breaking out in hives or eczema on the skin. I'm not using products that can cause me that, right? But then they're not taking a look at what they are eating. Okay, so taking a deep look at what you're eating can also be the answer to the allergies. Remember, poor gut will translate into high histamine and low defense. All right, so now we have already talked about all of these and what is causing those allergies, those hidden triggers behind the allergies. So now let's talk about the solutions, because I know that that's what you're here for. Maybe you already know what you're suffering with. Let's talk about things that will help you. Number one, we have to remember that health starts from your nutrition, all right? So yes, topical things can help with the symptoms, but you gotta start with where everything gets originated, and that starts in your nutrition and your digestion. The next thing is the movement and metabolism, because the movement and metabolism is gonna help you detoxify and use those pathways to get rid of toxins. Rest and management of your stress is very important, because having high stress levels will just rise your cortisol levels so high, and it's pretty much causing a big reaction to absolutely everything. And rest is important because those are the hours that your body is going to use to recover from anything that is going through. Reduce the toxicity is a big one in this one, because those toxins that you might be putting in your home or on your body, you might not be aware that those are also triggering those allergic reactions. Informed self-care is something that if you are watching this video, if you are in this call, you're already doing. So great for you, because you are learning these things. And then proactive and medical care, which is actually taking action into being proactive at preventing disease. All right, so now let's talk about nutrition that supports your gut. All right, so this is very important, and feel free to take your screenshots from here. All right, so let's talk nutrition. This is something that my mom was very aware of, though. She was very aware of this, and I am going to share this. It is so funny. I had the craziest lunchbox going to school. She wanted to help me out with anything that she could. So I didn't use plastics. My mom would send my anise tea or chamomile tea in a rum flask because in the 90s she learned that plastics were bad already. So she had a little rum flask that she washed off, and then she'll put my teas inside of it because it was glass. You got to see this 9-year-old girl drinking tea out of a rum flask in school. So yes, my mom got called several times by the principals because they were like, why is Nina drinking from a rum flask? But it was because my mom just wanted to have an easy to clean glass container for my teas. And also I brought all sorts of fruits in my lunchbox, so nobody wanted to share my lunchbox, and pretty much nothing was packaged. She would make my sandwiches, a lot of protein, make sure that I was taking integral, like in Peru we call it pan integral. So I was eating whole wheat bread, and while everybody else was having crackers and yummy stuff, but I was having that lunchbox that nowadays would be a perfect lunchbox, right? So Very important. My mom is very aware of this. Fiber. Fiber, fiber, fiber. Fiber feeds your good bacteria. It's that prebiotic power, okay? It promotes the production of anti-inflammatory compounds like butyrate, and it helps repair and protect the gut lining, all right? So if you are not taking probiotics right now, please make sure that you're eating fiber, all right? And that your kid is eating a lot of fiber. And that fiber can come in different ways, like in the fruit, in your veggies. The more fiber, the healthier the gut bacteria. It supports regular elimination, and it flushes the toxins that can also create inflammation in the gut lining. And it balances the blood sugar and stress hormones, which protects your gut. Remember that 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. So the more balanced your microbiome, the fewer the reactions, and reducing that autoimmune response like symptoms. Right? And then this is another one that is very important. If you are having allergies, you want to reduce as much as you can sugar, because sugar will lead to inflammation. Inflammation leads to a high cortisol response. Okay. So now we know how to also support your gut, right? Now, supplement-wise, this is very important. I love the Daily Foundation for Vibrant Health. This is very important. The Daily Foundation is a 2-minute practice that you can do every single day. You start with your VMG Plus, which has all the multivitamins and minerals and greens that your body needs that probably you're not getting from foods, because nowadays the foods don't have the same nutrients that they used to have 50 years ago. Then you have your omegas, which are the fish oil. And this fish oil is the cleanest fish oil in the market. And it's also blended with wild orange oil, which makes it way more absorbable by the cells than regular fish oils. Fish oils are so important because they provide your body with enough omega-3s, and omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. So you want to make sure that you're getting those every single day. And then lastly, you want to add a good probiotic to your diet. There are so many probiotics in the market, it's very easy to get confused. So doTERRA has this one, is the PB Restore. I've been taking it for like the past 8 years of my life. We used to have another version that was called the PB Assist, but now we have the PB Restore, which is a blend, and then that it's just so freaking effective for anybody that suffers with with histamine response. So if there is anything of this one that you're like, okay, but I don't want to take all of this, I'm going to show you why the PB Restore is so important for anybody that suffers with allergies. All right. The PB Restore complex, it's going to be able to help replenish your microbiome, which is your first line of defense. If you have a healthy microbiome again, then your body doesn't need to overreact to absolutely everything, because your body knows that it's already protected. All right. It also supports your skin health, because you also have microbiome on your skin. So if you don't have enough of healthy microbiome on your skin, you also were more susceptible to get skin rashes, acne, and other things that could be preventable. All right. So this formulation has all as 30 pre and pro and postbiotics that will act as bacteriophages that help restore the microbial diversity and balance of optimal microbiome health, all in one capsule. The capsule is it's kind of crazy looking. It has the probiotics inside, the prebiotics surrounding it, and the postbiotics. And it works well because most probiotics will die in your stomach with your own stomach acids. But this probiotic actually travels all the way into your small intestine, where it is needed the most, and where you actually also have over 500 million neurons. So it also helps cognition. All right. So it's like a super crazy probiotic. And now, if you have kids and they are not into taking capsules, you have the PB Acids, which is perfect for kids. This one is a powder version that you can take as a pixie stick. So you just open it and dump it in your mouth, and it tastes delicious. Or you can also blend it in a glass of water or in juice. All right, so a little chart of comparison of the PV Restore versus competitors. You can see here the total of strains that PV Restore have, the total genus, the total species is way superior than most probiotics in the market. And it also, again, it has the stomach resistance, which is so important because you want those probiotics to travel all the way into the small intestine. It has clinical research ingredients. It has benefits that go just beyond the gut health. It's glyphosate tested, so important, all right? It's gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, it's 30-day money-back guarantee, and the price compared to everybody else is just way, way more effective. All right, so now we know what we needed for our gut, right? Okay, so now let's talk how you can start replacing toxins at home that can trigger that histamine reaction. Okay, so we replace them with essential oils. How you can start replacing them with essential oils is very simple. Essential oils are safe for the respiratory system. They purify the air, they boost your immunity, and they are so safe to use. So remember, if you're watching this video on YouTube or on Facebook, all of my advices are done only with doTERRA essential oils because those are the only oils that have a certification of pure tested grade. Many people have come to me and said, like, I have used essential oils, but they actually trigger my allergies. Yes, most likely because those oils, every time I ask, they bought them on Marshalls, they bought them on Amazon, they bought them at just random stores, and those oils do not have the healing benefits, or they can also be blended with actually things that can trigger allergies. So whenever you're going to use essential oils, you want to make sure that those essential oils have a certification of pure tested grade, and that is what doTERRA has. You can use them three ways. You can use them aromatically. You can use them in your diffuser. It really supports healthy breathing, and you can use them to replace candles, aerosols, that Febreze, to replace those plugins that are super, super toxic. You can also use them topically. Dilute them always with a carrier oil to avoid sensitivity, especially when you are about to start using essential oils for the first time. You can use them to replace your perfumes, to make your own salves. I make my own salve for itchy throat with coconut oil and breathe oil. And you can also replace your skincare. So many of products in skincare will have preservatives that can also trigger allergies. Internally, you can also take them by adding them to teas. You can take them by adding them to raw honey. Raw honey is also manuka. Raw honey is amazing to support your immune system and reduce allergies. You can make your own capsules, which is super practical. And you can also use them in cooking. All right, so that's another one. Remember that the only oils that you can use internally are the ones that are going to have supplement facts. Okay, so you can see them here in the camera. You can see that they're the supplement facts right here, and is 1 drop per serving. All right, so you only need 1 drop pretty much of anything, or 2 drops, because these oils are not diluted, so they're very effective. You need little to have a good result. All right, so screenshot these ones. These are the favorite diffuser blends for allergy symptoms. So Allergy Balm is something that I suggest to everybody that is already starting to sneeze. If your eyes start to water, you can diffuse these all day long. I love to have it in the office, especially now that it's summertime and we stay indoors, you know, with everything closed. AC, you know, the AC can also trigger allergies because it dries your respiratory ways. So when those respiratory ways are dry because of AC, they get more susceptible to get inflamed and then have allergies from that. If you're having itchy throat, definitely this one, the sinus and throat, 3 drops of Breathe, 2 drops of OnGuard. And for bedtime, 3 drops of Serenity and 3 drops of Breathe are going to allow you to sleep peacefully, but to also breathe throughout the night. Okay, extra support for those allergy reactions. I love the TriEase. TriEase is an allergy relief without synthetic histamines, okay? Antihistamines, sorry. So the TriEase won't make you drowsy. It If you are very sensitive to everything and you're taking it for the first time, you may want to test it. I particularly find it amazing. It doesn't make me drowsy at all. It's a blend of lavender, peppermint, and lemon oil already in a capsule on the go relief. And then the next one will be the Breathe Respiratory Drops. Those are delicious, and they will also clear your throat and also clear your sinuses if you're having an inflammation. You can take them at any time that you need to throughout the day, and they're delicious, so kids also like them. All right, so now let's talk about non-toxic home care, right? So again, if you have been told, like my mom, right? She was told like, clear everything out of the house, no dust. My stuffed animals were wrapped in cellophane paper and in plastic, so my mom could clean them easily. So that allergic I was. I had a dog that I love very much, and one of the doctors told my mom that I was allergic to dog hair too. Pretty much they named me that I was allergic to absolutely everything, and that is not fair, right? If you have a kid and your kid just wants to be outdoors and wants to play with their dog or their cat or just wants to be a normal kid, the last thing that you want to tell to a kid is that they cannot touch anything. And that's what I was told. And that was very sad, right? So let's talk about non-toxic home care, how you can protect your loved ones without putting more toxins that can trigger allergies. I love the Abode Home Care line. This is what I have here. The Abode Home Care line doesn't have any kind of thing that can trigger allergies. This is completely clear, it's completely natural, and it's just very practical as well. You can have the dishwasher pots, I love the multi-purpose. You just like take the multi-purpose little bottle, put it in the surface spray, fill it out with filter water, and you have a super, super, super delicious smell and very effective cleaner. The liquid dish soap is also awesome. My partner loves it. He was using before seventh generation, but I was like, no, get that thing out of the house because it is just green wash. You have the entire thing that you need in here because sometimes we're like, you can make things from scratch with essential oils, but I know that not everybody has the time to do it. So you can just get them already made for you and just use them directly in your home. The other line that I really like too is the OnGuard collection. This is another one that is favorite. You have the cleaner concentrate. This little bottle has so many uses and is made with OnGuard oil, which is our blend of cinnamon, clove, rosemary, tea tree, wild orange, and is just so protective for your immune system. The laundry detergent is great as well, especially because it doesn't have any kind of dyes. It doesn't have any kind of allergens. So this is great as well for babies' clothing. The OnGuard drops are also great if you're having an itchy throat. The toothpaste doesn't have any kind of fluoride, so it's great to keep your gums healthy. Same thing with the mouthwash. You also have the hand wash here, the hand sanitizer, the hand wipes, and one of my favorite products, which is the OnGuard capsules. Those are great, especially if you are getting sick, all right? So they are a powerful blend of OnGuard plus Melissa oil, which are a great support for your immune system. All right, now let's talk about non-toxic personal care, all right? Because unfortunately, and if we have girls watching here, check this out, women use over 168 chemicals in self-care compared to men that only use 85 chemicals, all right? And in those chemicals, over 65 of the ones that women use are toxic, and many of them are already banned in the European Union, but they are not banned in the USA, all right? So we have to be paying attention to that as well. All right, so these are some of my favorite recipes for skin, hair, and self-love rituals. Definitely using the yarrow pom as a moisturizer, it's a great way. I have a client that cannot use anything that has any kind of preservatives, even the ones that are not harmful, she cannot use it. But she's been loving the yarrow pom, especially here in Colorado, where your skin gets so dry. Yarrow pom, it's a great one to keep your skin moisturized without any kind of synthetic chemicals. Same thing is with the rose oil. Rosemary and cedarwood are great to support your hair growth. And if you want to start experimenting with making your own perfumes, this is a basic, delicious blend, which is balance and Madagascar vanilla. Remember that you want to stay away from those forever chemicals, those PFAs, those phthalates. Those are proven already that they trigger allergic reactions. All right, so other options that you also have, if you want to also, you're not in the mood to make your own skincare from scratch, doTERRA does have three amazing skincare lines. This is my favorite one. It's the one that I use every day, and it has pretty much everything that your skin needs: moisturizer, toner, gel, cleansing gel, eye serum. It's fantastic. Another way that you can support your skin is with copaiba oil and lavender oil. Lavender is amazing for those skin reactions. The same thing with copaiba. So if you are having eczema, if you get bitten by mosquitoes, if I get bit by a mosquito, I will have a direct reaction to that, and mosquito bites turn into welts. So I will take right away the lavender roll-on and rub it on top of a mosquito bite, or they also work for jellyfish bites. So everybody going summertime, going to the beach, if you get bit by jellyfish, you can use just directly the lavender oil in it. If you feel that lavender is too much and you don't like the smell, use the copaiba. And then natural deodorant as well is so important, because many people will have direct skin reactions on the armpits, right? So that you want to make sure that this area is safe, because you have lymph nodes here too, my friend. So you want to make sure that you're not putting synthetic chemicals there. All right, now let's make it easy, right? So now you already know what works, what doesn't work, what you want to stick with, and what you want to stay away from. So let's make it easy, and here is your wellness game plan. All right, so the allergy support blueprint. All right, so for all my allergic people, daily foundation, super important. All right, you're gonna take your VMG, your omegas, and your PB Restore. Then the extra support is gonna be the TriEase. This little thing is so helpful. You can put it in your purse, take it anywhere with you. And the breathe oil, you take 1 drop on your hand. If you're having sinuses, dripping, you take 1 drop in your hand, rub it between your hand and inhale. You can also mix it with a little bit of coconut oil and rub it on your chest and on your back. It's a great way to replace Vicks, okay? Because Vicks has petrolatum, and that also can actually trigger an inflammatory response. Then for your skin, you can use copaiba and lavender if you're having hives, if you're having eczema. And for your home care, if you want to start little by little, if there is one product that it's a multi-purpose product, is the OnGuard Cleaner Concentrate. You can pretty much use this for everything. You can use it to directly treat stains on your clothes. You can use it as a direct concentrate for tough spots in the kitchen and in the bathroom. And you can also dilute it to make floor cleaners and surface cleaners. So this one is an all-in-one, all right? Okay, so now I want to remind you that with doTERRA, you have promotions and perks, all right? So every time that you have a doTERRA account, if you are watching this video and you already have a doTERRA account, I want to remind you that you always get everything at 25% off, all right? If you don't have a doTERRA account, whoever sent you this video, whoever shared with you this information, just get back with that person so you can get your 25% off on everything. So this month we have, at the beginning of the month, you always get a free product. This month we had frankincense, which is how amazing is the king of oils. We had it up to May 15th. You're like, oh my God, I missed it. All right, get with the person that showed you this video so you don't miss your product of the month next month. We also always have freebies when you start with your foundational wellness bundle, which is the VMG, the Omega, and the probiotics. You get, the first time that you order it, you get a free peppermint oil, 5 milliliters, and you also get a beautiful glass shaker bottle. This month, we still have the 10% off of the frankincense stick, which is amazing for skincare as well. And anytime that you buy 150 PV, you for the first time, you will get a free diffuser, or a combo of toothpaste or the hand wash. And this month, we also have another promotion for the 150 points of value for both current customers and new customers, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. Also, every time that you order over 100 points of value, you will get free shipping. All right. This month, okay, if you're watching this recording, this is June 2025, and we're having BOGOs, all right? So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity to stock your medicine cabinet at half the price of wholesale, all right? So you get wholesale, and on top of that, you get half the price. So this is the best time of the year. You can get any of these pairings at the price of just one of them. So if you buy Digestion, which is great for digestion, you will get Tamer for free, which is a Digestion by for children. Digestion is one of those things that you always want to have in hand, especially on vacation time when everybody's eating more than what they should. Peppermint oil will come with a free wild orange oil. Passion oil will come with a free cheer oil. Passion is great to boost your mood, to boost your libido, and cheer is great as well to boost your mood, and especially for children that are feeling a little low because maybe they're missing their friends from school. So cheer is a great one to have in hand to bring up your mood again. Copaiba and lavender are also a duo this month. You buy Copaiba and you get a free lavender touch. And helichrysum and frankincense are also an amazing pairing. Helichrysum is great for bruising and for scarring. And frankincense as well is the king of oils and is great to support your immune system and also great for the skin. If you decide to get all of them, if you decide to get the BOGO box, you will get a free Roman chamomile, which is also great support for sleep and lowering high histamine reaction. You can take it internally. You can also diffuse it. And if you buy also anything over 150 points of value, you will get a free Roman chamomile only for a couple more days, all right? We have this offer only for 2 more days, and that's it. All right, perfect. So now, if you're ready to feel like yourself again, get in touch with the wellness advocate who invited you to this call or share this information with you, and they are going to be able to help you to customize your wellness kit, to access the current promos, and to answer all of your questions about the uses, and you will see the results when you start using all of these amazing tools that you have in your hands, right? So I hope this information was useful for you. If you're watching this recording on YouTube or on Facebook, remember that you can always leave your comments below, or you can also reach out to me directly via text message. You have my messenger information in there, or you can also send me an email at nina@byoblab.com, nina@byoblab.com. I love to help anybody that wants to choose a healthier and natural path to take care of their loved ones and themselves, all right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop sharing this screen and I'm gonna stop the recording, so I'm gonna take questions live.